It's Friday night, time to get your nerd on. We got Mr. Know-It-All, the SaltyTrekker and Danny Dork Night. Are y'all ready? Aight, here we go. If you're looking for me, you know where to find me. Cause tonight is going down. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. It's on tonight. Y'all know what it is. It's Friday night. Time to get your nerd on. We got Mr. Know-It-All, the SaltyTrekker and Danny Dork Night. Are y'all ready? Aight, here we go. If you're looking for me, you know where to find me. Cause tonight is going down. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on tonight. On Friday night, we have nerd fights. It's on. Driving beat.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to nerd
Step
fight!
into the ring, it's time to brawl. Nerd fights, baby, we're geeking for all. Marvel, DC, Trek, and more. Pop culture battles, settle the score. Nerd fights, let's get loud. Nerd fights, yeah, for the geeky crowd. Nerd fights, hey, it's time to throw down. Bring your fandom, it's the hottest showdown. Who's got the takes? Who's got the heat? Mr. Know-It-All and Salty can't be beat. Let's fight!
That means only one thing. It's time to fight!
Beat drops out with the final shot.
Nerd fights!
Let's fight!
I absolutely promise that come the new year, we're going to get Danny on this thing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Fights. I'm, of course, your host, Mr. Know-It-All, and joining me, as always, is the captain of the starship, SaltyTrekker, but we've also got the man, Danny Dork Night. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? How's my audio?
Great. You sound wonderful. Seriously.
Okay, super. Fantastic. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to co-opt the show, so I'll just say I'm doing well. And if you guys want to talk more about stuff and catch up, that'd be great. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, if you believe in that sort of thing, or Happy Hanukkah, if you hope you had a good holiday season and are looking forward to the new year.
But you left out Kwanzaa.
I'm sure there's a bunch I left out, so there's that.
Oh, for sure. Salty, you disappeared. Is there a reason why I can barely hear you?
I don't know, because I can barely hear you, actually.
I know. I was going to say, I think Danny's just overwhelming us. Let me see if I can adjust him. Yeah, you got
Well, I'd see if the audience can let us know. That would be a good
Yeah,
thing.
it's weird,
Because when I did that show with just the two of us, and I went and watched it back, I could barely hear you.
Really? That's crazy.
I could be Salty. That is, I could barely hear Salty. I don't even. You haven't released the thing we've recorded yet, have you? Because I haven't seen it. If you have,
No, not yet. Not yet.
yeah, I didn't think so. That's fine.
Oh, right on. There we go. Now I'm hearing you talk. Can you hear it better?
I hear everybody just fine. But
So, okay.
There you go. I got you. I fixed him.
You got it figured out?
awesome.
Yes, because I fixed his audio microphone settings.
Okay.
And on our side. Sorry for all the everyone's like, what's going on?
Hey, Mom, I see you're in the chat.
There she is. What's up?
And Laura says, yeah, Dave is much louder. So not sure who Dave is, but whoever Dave is, he's much louder.
I don't know. Apparently, yeah. Apparently
It's
he's
Probably.
louder.
I can turn it down a little.
Thanks, Laura. How are you, Laura? You mean Danny? No, he's yeah, Danny should be good now. Anyways,
Speaking
all
of
right.
Laura, let me say something. Since Laura Reloaded is here, I hope you're still listening, James. So, funny story. Went today to go see Anaconda.
Oh man, I want to see it. Was it good?
And well, I will tell you. So, Laura,
Yes, tell us all about this because actually he tells a hilarious story. You got to listen. Go ahead.
well, this part you haven't heard yet, but Laura
Okay,
Reloaded and
okay.
I back in the day used to make some silly like videos on YouTube, like where we were playing different silly parts, and he was like the gaming heretic, I was a drunken angel, and all that kind of stuff. And it was just really stupid and really silly. If someone were to hand Laurie Loaded and I like $20 million to make a movie, Anaconda is exactly what it would be. And in fact, I'll tell you that Laurie Loaded would be the Jack Black part, and I would be and I would be Paul Rudd. It's absolutely, that is a Laurie Loaded salty video, except with a huge budget. So
Nice. That's what I'm talking about right now.
I've seen mixed reviews on it, so I'd really love your actual.
Yeah, the mixed reviews are full of crap. Let me tell you.
Okay.
The problem is,
You heard him. Mixed reviews full of crap.
Well, Dan Murrell gave it a great review and made me want to see it.
And then Jeremy Johns
gave it a shit review.
crapped all over it. I
was like,
that's who, by the way, Salty. When I was telling you that I had seen a couple of, that's who I meant. One was like, this is just classic stuff, and the other one's like, this sucked. And I'm like, okay.
This is
the spoiler is up, by the way. So feel for anything we talk about, guys. Please understand, everybody, we are spoiling stuff. So if you're listening and you don't want to be spoiled, you're hearing the wrong show.
Yeah,
anyways,
this movie is a wonderful. It's a satirical look at a lot of stuff, but like Hollywood production is really a big part of it. For those of you that know who Chris Stuckman is, Chris Stuckman back a few years ago posted on his YouTube channel videos of short films that he made when he was a kid. And they were these incredibly low quality, because they're made by a high school kid, silly little movies that are generally based on other movies. And that's exactly, Jack Black and Paul Rudd are two people who back in high school did that, and now they want to make a movie for reals. And so Paul Rudd is a struggling actor in Hollywood. Jack Black makes wedding videos. And so they decide this is going to be it. We're going to do this. And then they call their friend, played by Tandy Newsome, who is...
Yeah, their friend. Because, these two guys know this beautiful model-esque woman.
Yeah, well, they knew her in high school. And in fact, Paul Rudd and her were dating when they were in high school.
Stop. Okay, see, there's some things where the fiction just got to...
No, I mean, Paul Rudd's not a bad-looking guy, so
he's not a Tandy Newton guy, though. Let's be real, okay? I've seen her in Westworld. She's hot.
I mean, I'll just say that
he was
they show her
sexiest man alive one year, just recently, by the way.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I feel like when you reach a certain age, that's when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna," I mean, because I have gray in my beard, I might be one of people's sexiest men someday. So it's like they're just like, "How old are you?" Okay, we'll consider you now.
I'm sorry, but according to Anson Mount, who has the best hair of all time,
he does have the best hair of all time.
So yeah,
I mean, I got pretty good hair. What are you talking about, man? Come on.
Anson Mount, though.
Anson Mount says I got the best hair.
I complimented the man. That's right.
Yeah, that's a mic drop moment right there.
So me no other. We actually do not have a third nerd fighter. This is the original nerd fighter. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's the OG.
Danny's classic. Danny was the guy who was in this chair before I was, and so and now that he's bettered himself and become a stronger, better person, he's here like, let's show what's going on. And I'm like, all right, brother, let's do it. So yeah, no, it's good. So he's been here a while. He's not new.
Yeah, we can talk about it on air, off air, but. Me no other. Yeah, I was the OG until I had I dove my life off a cliff thanks to alcohol. So
I was going to say thanks to nerd fighting.
He's like, no, not thanks to nerd fighting. Although I did provide several hours of amusing content while under the influence. I would say, however,
all of which can be found under the archives. By the way, if you want to find some funny stuff, go check it out. He's
put
hilarious.
up a disclaimer, Go see if you have problems with addiction or alcoholism. Go seek out help, because it's changed my life for the better. However, I did just lose my job. I got laid off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
10 days before Christmas, man.
I know how much you liked working there too.
I was
Laurie Loaded with the nerd fighting led to the alcohol. Dang.
No,
it's rough, man. That's hardcore.
Yeah, no, it was the other way around. But anyway, it's probably how we came up with the nerd fighting concept. I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt that. This feels like a concept I'd come up with. It was, oh my God, Street Preacher says, well, that's startups for you.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It was a startup, and they just
hear ya.
they're not gonna. It sucks. Yeah, 5 months of my life,
You're
5.5
disappearing.
months.
You disappeared. You froze. You're gone. He's gone. You
And,
lost.
but
That's how. See, that's what happened. That's how bad it was. He's gone that quick.
and he's gone.
Oh my God!
he's
Everybody's
seriously
freezing. Are we good? Am I frozen?
You're not freezing to me. Danny's not freezing to me. I think
Yeah,
it's you.
I think it's you, brother.
Am I the one who's frozen?
You're not
Is that how it
frozen.
looks when I freeze?
Can you hear me? Whoop, and there he goes. So
Hey, look at that. That's a dapper looking man right there.
yeah. Well,
So you were saying about Anaconda.
okay, so yeah, with Anaconda, so these two guys may decide to make a sequel to the classic, and I heavily sarcastic there, movie Anaconda.
May I ask a quick question then?
Yes.
Okay, so based off of Dan Murrell's thing, I decided to take his advice, and I've only seen the very, very first trailer. And I'm not going to watch any of the other trailers. And I know you're going to spoil it, so I don't really care. But if it's funny, I like laughing, so I'll probably check this out.
It is funny.
But my question is, so is it so? These were kids who made home movie. From what I gather, these are kids who were friends as kids, made home movies in their 20s. Anaconda came out, they liked it, and then
they loved it.
Yeah, and then they went on their path, and then somehow they wound up with the rights to it and are making the Anaconda,
which is a direct. It's a requel because they're saying at one point they say it's a reboot, then they say it's what Jack Black keeps calling it, a spiritual sequel to the original.
Okay. So but then they go out to make the movie and run into a real anaconda, and then comedy and horror ensue. And that's all I know. Is that about right?
That's pretty good. Let me see. That was probably Mr. Know-It-All.
It was. No, I don't know. Well, not on my end.
Let's see. Maybe not.
No, yeah. He just texts. He says, am I the one having the issues? I don't know, buddy. Come back on. Everybody said they could see everything and everything was fine. So it's probably just some weird.
Yeah, I don't know if he realizes he's not with us right now.
Oh,
there he is.
Jeez, I guess that was me.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It was definitely you, brother.
Crazy. What happened?
I don't know.
I've got what's funny is all my speed tests show that I'm running at.
And it's weird because now your quality is not as good as ours.
Well, that's right, because he's still
it's coming in. It's there. You go. Now it is good. Now it's good.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Weird.
Yeah, because when you were saying, "Oh no, now he's freezing up," now he's freezing, and we were like, "What are you talking about? Everything's fine."
Everybody in the chat did the same thing.
Yeah, you were the only one seeing issues.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So back to so Danny was asking about a little bit about the story. I was confirming that what the trailer tells you is not misleading.
Okay, and I've only seen that very first one.
Right.
And that was the gist of it. So.
The comedy. The thing I do like is that this is not. Even though the snake is ridiculous, you've seen the snake in the trailer. The snake is like 1,000 feet long and as big around as a tree trunk. Right? It's ridiculously big. But other than the snake, there's nothing like crazy unbelievable about the movie overall. It's that the writing is really on par.
Is it funnier than the first one, Street Preacher asked? I don't know that the first one was supposed to be funny.
The first one was funny because it was bad.
The first one was unintentionally funny. It's one of those movies that's so bad. It was a great, because it came out, I think, when I was a senior in high school, and I remember we all got really the next year at college, because back then movies took a lot longer to come out on DVD. We didn't have streaming back then. And I remember we had a big party at because I had an apartment in college. I remember we had this big party, an Anaconda party, and it was
as one does.
It was hilarious. No, we had a blast, but we were all drinking, and as college kids do, but it was not supposed to be funny. Yeah,
it's just really, really bad. And
J-Lo's in it, so there's that.
Yeah. And so this Anaconda is funny because it's written well, which is such a rare thing in Hollywood these days. And in fact, they make fun of Hollywood writing multiple times in this movie. We actually see the
We're
writing
supposed to
across.
see screen there.
Yeah, that's why I put it there.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
So yeah,
You're gonna have another technical difficulties. Just looking out, brother.
He's
Oh, this guy.
So he's drawing a picture now.
Go on, ignore me. Keep going. Ain't this
Okay.
nothing to do with y'all?
This
So,
is
yeah.
cool. It's like Tony
buddy.
Hinchcliffe. We got a live artist while we're talking.
All right. So as we what was it? So the writing in this is they basically show Jack Black as he's writing the script for The Anaconda, and after they write the script, they book a trip to the Amazon to film it,
As one does. He's
Yes.
just hey, we're going to the Amazon.
They book a trip. They rent a boat. They get a snake handler that has an anaconda for their film. And by the way, the snake handler is hilarious. He's probably the only character.
Really?
He's probably the only character that's not a quote unquote realistic person, because he absolutely loves snakes in a very creepy kind of way.
I think that's probably the gag. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That's probably what the gag is there.
So I'm guessing that's supposed to be me based on
Eventually it'll get there. It'll get there eventually.
But yeah, so as the anaconda is accidentally killed, so then that's when they have to go find another anaconda, and they stumble across the giant one. Meanwhile, there's this you want to talk about a tired, and I think it's done on purpose, a tired, overdone storyline. So the anaconda lives in the deep Amazon forest, where there happens to be a huge stash of gold, and there's a bad guy trying to steal said gold from and we meet this badass Tomb Raider style character, and she is fighting all these bad guys that are trying to shoot her and stuff. She hijacks the boat, and they don't know that she hijacked the boat. They just think she's the boat owner when they go on the trip.
So when you were talking about the creepy snake guy, because I haven't seen the movie,
Yes.
I shared an image that you guys can see. I mean, that's probably why.
I can't quite see the image.
I don't know how to share it to them.
I don't know if it's safe to. Is it safe for internet?
Yeah, it's PG-13. Yeah, there you go.
Oh God, you're a jerk. No.
Is that
You're gonna hate it.
Huh?
You're gonna hate when I tell you who it is.
Well,
Who is it?
hold on. Let me go this way.
He said, "Let me go this way with it."
Okay. Dang, who is that?
Her name is Zelina Vega. She is a wrestler for the WWE.
Oh, of course she is.
And her entrance, when she comes out with her husband, she'll have this snake, and she does this crawling thing like a snake, and it's very sexy.
Everyone does.
Yes, so
It's very sexy. He goes, "It's very sexy."
that's why I thought of it. But anyway, you can take that down.
No, right on, man.
Let's see. Bear with me a second.
What are you
Images.
I
So
stopped sharing.
I am definitely going to one up you there.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I had to look something up real quick.
Okay.
Why is that not okay? Am I not?
What I love is the fact that we normally don't do anything but have the three of us. The minute I put something on screen, everyone becomes a child who wants to do show and tell. Everyone's like, "Let me show something too."
Street Preacher said something pretty cool. He says Damien's dinner time, and Damien is this Jake the Snake Roberts snake. So I think that's the
a
reference
classic.
he's making. So
Yeah. It's classic.
yeah, you can take my screen down. I stopped sharing it. That's
But I'm going to. Now.
I don't have controls like I used to. I was going to share a comment.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. We just, So
make sure you show up once in a while.
Well, now that I'm unemployed, if you're willing to have me, there you go. That's better. That's a
best, best body in Hollywood history. Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn doing the
y'all
snake.
just get. I tell you what, this is what I don't miss. Y'all get derailed quick. Tell the story, man. We got stuff to talk about tonight.
Like you don't.
If you want to talk about Avatar, you better hurry up.
We'll get.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise,
Obviously, I
you
want
won't
to
have
talk about
time.
Avatar.
I know.
We're going to talk about Avatar.
And if
in
you
fact,
guys,
you're going to love the way
me,
it relates to this movie, and in fact, I think some of the other stuff that you want.
Okay, well, if you guys want to support me, check out my short. I did my immediate out of the theater reaction, the preview night of Avatar.
Yes.
It's my
where
first story.
Danny
I've never
gushes
done
Put it in
over
the
it
comments.
like a little
Put a link in the
girl.
comments.
Put a link in the comments.
Did he really? That's always his
I
thing.
have to
though.
be
He
a
does
moderator
stuff
for the link to come through. I can just message it to you
He
guys.
does,
Probably.
yeah.
All right, so
Weird.
anyway, so there's the Tomb Raider girl who is fighting these obvious bad guys, and she hijacks the boat, and they all go on this adventure in the Amazon. Only we find out later that the Tomb Raider girl is actually the bad guy, and the guys that she was fighting were cops.
Nice.
And
Bradley Briggs says, yeah, he didn't mind the derailing when it's those pictures.
yes,
Right?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's Selma Hayek picture. I'm sorry, man.
Nothing like bestiality or the implication thereof to make it all sexy.
Yes.
All right. So, hey, Jay, or Johnny, Mr. Know-It-All, I just emailed you that link because I can't put it in the. I'm not a moderator. Yeah,
that's fine.
Thank you.
So they go on this zany adventure. Meanwhile, and this is what
I like that.
Yeah. Here's a funny, and this they don't really show in the trailer, but meanwhile, what Sony Pictures, which is it's funny because this is a Sony picture, just to make that clear. But in the movie, Sony Pictures, who actually has the rights to Anaconda, not Paul Rudd, and that's a whole thing. Okay. And so Sony is making a reboot of Anaconda at the same time that this is going on, and
Hey Anthony. One of my biggest
and they bump into the film crew on the Amazon that's making the new Anaconda movie, and two things happen that are really first of all, when they first go by and they're like, wait, you're making Anaconda, you mean like, and she goes, yeah, because we're Sony Pictures, and you're like, but why are you making Anaconda? And she's like, yeah, I know, no new ideas in Hollywood, right?
That makes sense. I see that. I can totally see that.
And then later this is a kind of a spoiler, guys, so I'm sorry, but it's so good. So they find the set where they were filming Anaconda, and it's been completely wrecked because the giant anaconda has basically destroyed the set and killed everybody. And yeah, and so they're like looking around trying to find survivors and stuff, and then they look and they see the anaconda coming at them, the giant anaconda that's like a kaiju, and all of a sudden like flares start exploding around the anaconda, and it's like freaking out, and the anaconda's driven back, and you see this guy in the shadows shooting flare guns at it and being a complete badass, taking on the anaconda, and he turns around and in classic Hollywood style pulls back the hood to reveal it's Ice Cube.
Oh, Ice Cube is in the movie?
He was, yeah.
Oh, nice. Does he get killed?
Does he get the panel with the Dark Knight? Yes, we do, sir. You are absolutely correct.
Thank you, Anthony.
Then they're trying to figure out how do they kill
Does he get killed? Come on. Does the Ice Cube playing Ice Cube?
Ice Cube is playing Ice Cube.
It would only be better if he was like, it was like that scene from that one shark movie with Samuel L. Jackson who like gets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does he get killed? You can tell me.
Tell me, please.
No. He survives.
That would have been funny as shit.
But the thing is, you don't really know where he is because the last you see him, he's like, I'm going to go get that anaconda. And he puts on his robe and he goes into the jungle. We never see him again.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So if they ever make a sequel to this, he could still be in the jungle fighting giant snakes for all we know.
I could totally see that. But
yeah.
I could absolutely see that.
That could be a movie on its own. Yes, just Ice Cube fighting snakes. So snakes in a jungle. That's what
I hate you so much. I knew you were going to go there. Something said he's going to go there.
Yeah.
It's going to be snakes in a jungle.
Yeah. So they're asking Ice Cube because they're trying to figure out how to kill the anaconda, and Ice Cube's like, "Well, we got all these pyrotechnics for the movie," and he goes, "Great. What was the plan in the movie?" And he goes, "Well, I don't really know. We didn't get there yet." And he goes, "Well, what did the script say?" He says, "Well, they haven't finished writing it yet."
Oh, that sounds like, so Hollywood.
And he's like, and Jack Black is like, "What the hell are you doing? You started making a movie before the script was finished?" Meanwhile, it's like half of productions in Hollywood are doing exactly that. Right?
No, like that sounds really, because these are the same guys that made the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yes.
And I love that movie, and that movie was super meta. So I would imagine this one would have meta moments.
This was a really meta film But because basically it's a group of people making a film inspired by a movie while the sequel to that movie is actually being made. It's like this is not a sequel.
It made as much as everybody in the crew got eaten by.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's the funny thing is it's not a sequel to Anaconda. It's not a reboot of Anaconda. Right. It is a sequel to the behind the scenes footage of Anaconda. That's what this is.
That's good.
And it is absolutely. In fact, okay, my wife very rarely laughs out loud during a comedy, right?
Okay.
I mean, she'll chuckle and smirk and all that, but she doesn't like ha 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 laugh, right?
Right.
She completely lost it.
See, I might have to take MJ to see this tonight.
Yeah, uncontrollable laughter for like a couple of minutes, where I was like patting her on the back and she couldn't stop laughing.
We've needed comedy like that again. You know what I mean?
Just so you guys know, when you go to see the movie, the scene that I'm talking about that made Pepper completely lose it has to do with peeing on Jack Black's leg.
I mean, I feel like that's a given. I would, peeing on Jack Black's leg, I'd laugh.
Yes,
I would laugh.
So there, and it's really, I mean, it is really funny. But there's so much going on when they're trying to, because Jack Black gets bitten by a spider. They figure they got to pee on the bite in order to keep him from dying. It's like this whole thing.
And then why?
Yeah. And it's like, so, Paul Rudd's like, well, I'd do it, but I'm completely dry right now, and so then he goes, hey, to Tandy's character, he's like, hey, why don't you do it? She's like, I'm wearing a onesie, and so she's like, I can't do it. And so that leaves the one other guy in the film crew that you've seen, the guy with the mustache. I can't remember the actor's name.
Oh, Steve Zahn.
Yeah. That leaves his character is just a complete, he makes you look normal, Danny. So
I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. What is ultimately your score for this movie?
Gosh, it's a tough one to score. Because
if you had to put it on Criticless, what would it be?
Okay, if I was putting it on Criticless right now, I'd probably give it about an 89.
So that's most excellent, right?
Yeah, it is probably the best. Oh gosh, no, maybe not. I'd say it's like right there with Naked Gun as far as best comedy of the year.
All right, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's by the way, that's what Dan Murrell was saying.
Yeah.
He was saying that it felt very much in that Naked Gun sort of.
That's exactly
like.
But it's not. Well, that's the thing. It's not a Naked Gun style zany movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That is what Dan said. And between you and him, you've sold me. I'm taking my girl to see it tonight when we're done.
Yeah. So I absolutely, absolutely recommend it.
There you go.
And so and like I said, the thing that really makes it work for me, at least, is it's really well written.
Right on.
And like, think about great comedies like the Ghostbusters, for example. Why does Ghostbusters work? Because it's so well written.
I'll go with that.
And so anytime a comedy, and actually to me,
that's actually a good comparison, because Ghostbusters threaded the line with comedy with a slight horror, and I feel like this movie has that too. Does this movie have some kind of horror, like jump scares? I bet it does, right?
It does have a couple.
I think by virtue of what it is, it does probably, right? It's not but I mean, because you can't help not use the giant monster. It's a creature feature. It's an old school creature feature.
But I will tell you, this movie does not take itself seriously. So there's no like serious horror moments. There are some jump scares, but it's not like serious horror.
As a fellow Photoshop user, I actually appreciate you doing this. I'm finding this fascinating watching you.
Are you really?
Yes.
I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you so much. I'm just messing around. I figured I'd have some fun tonight with something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Oh, but you know what? You're definitely gonna have to draw some images of us when we're talking about Avatar.
That's exactly what right now I'm doing. I know he's gonna be all about it soon. So whatever.
Did you see my short? Did you see my short?
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. Okay, I sent the link. I also sent the link out. No. So what I had really wanted to get into a little bit today with you guys was a little bit about two things that are currently happening as a giant like Zeitgeist thing. The one is, it's funny because it's quiet until after it's not, which is Fallout. Everyone's like doesn't talk about it till it's done, but then Fallout's amazing. Like Fallout is stupid good.
Okay, I would love to talk about Fallout because I'm caught up.
Right on.
I'm
Okay, cool.
caught up.
Okay, I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna just kind of sit back and
I don't think
moderate.
you
No,
would
you're
like
good.
it, Salty. Knowing you, I really don't.
No, you know what? I saw the first couple episodes and I liked it.
not
I
bad.
just
Not
didn't. I just never got around to finishing it.
Okay. Well, it's worth it. I didn't want to finish it, but my girl was like, please. And then over the holidays, I watched episodes 1 and 2 with her and her daughter. And it was a great holiday watching. Let me tell you.
Fun family movie.
Family, yeah.
You know, then especially at the very end there. No,
Yeah.
I never was exposed to the games ever, and so for me, this was a whole brand new
either.
experience. And because of this, I got into the games. I actually downloaded my PlayStation, the New Vegas, and I got some other stuff.
Maybe I should, because the whole cool thing about watching it was with Zoe, my future stepdaughter, is she's played all the games. So she's pointing out all these little Easter eggs. Apparently, like the dinosaur in that one episode was a big deal, and she kept pointing stuff out, and that was actually really cool. I love watching. You know what I mean? Because I've never played it, and I'm not annoyed
the giant
by
radiation crabs. And
there's scorpion, the rat scorpion thing.
Oh my God, they're great.
No, when the first one came out, she goes, "Oh, Mom, wait till you see these things are bigger than humans," and we're like, "What?" And then the big one comes out. You know.
So for those of you playing at home who aren't necessarily watching this, it's very simple. Fallout is exactly what it sounds like. It's based on a video game, and in the video game, it's sort of this neo-futuristic world where nuclear war happens.
Hold on. Here's the perfect description of Fallout.
Go for it.
What if a nuclear war happened at the end of the Fantastic Four movie?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's actually not bad at all.
It's
pretty good.
Because the aesthetic
it's real.
is
very.
just like, it's very much like Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it's very that.
Yeah.
And I know that they've got like everything from the robots to the zombies and ghouls and stuff. Walton Goggins plays he plays the ghoul, which is amazing.
Walton Goggins is like, I would compare him to a wrestling heel. When I
Sure.
say I don't like the guy, it's not that I don't like the guy. He's just really good at playing a fucking scumbag.
Yeah,
asshole.
dude. Oh, he's wonderful at that.
He's really good at it. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No, those of you who are watching on the Mr. Norrell channel, we're going to be a little colorful, but that's why we do this at night. So don't worry, you're good. So the thing that for me got me was that they started in the vault in the very first one, and you sort of begin with that vault culture, and then they get ambushed by some undercover guys who broke in from another vault. It's this whole thing, and little by little they uncover, right, the Raiders. That's what I meant. And so little by little you get to start uncovering this like deeper lore that exists, which is ridiculous. And the lore is such that when they really start getting into it, at first you're like, oh, well, that's kind of crazy, until you find out how deep that lore is. Like, there's a dark, like you want to talk about a star chamber or a dark council or whatever. Literally, there's this one scene where Walton Goggins' character is listening before he became the ghoul, when he was just a regular person. He's listening in whatever. And he hears his wife. By the way, all the spoilers in the world up there at the top.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
His wife is like, he's like, how are you going to guarantee that this thing about? But she's like, because we're going to drop the bomb.
Because we're going to do it. And it's like,
totally.
the only missed opportunity there, and I know it's kind of an overused trope in Hollywood, and you know what it's actually called.
Whoa, who's this?
When
Dorks MJ? Who's Dorks MJ?
That's my girl.
Hey, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we just celebrated our 1 year a couple weeks ago.
Hey, good stuff.
But you haven't put a ring on it.
I had to put her up front and center.
We actually both wear the exact same ring. It's kind of a promise ring because.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the real deal?
Well, I don't think she wants me putting her personal info on blast. Let's just say I can't legally.
There's the guy who's like my future stepdaughter. Like, come on, man. You know?
No. She's still technically legally married. We have to work that out. Yeah. But they've not been.
I thought you were going to say she's
years.
like legally
your
sister or something.
Now hold on. Now it feels like a Danny episode. If there's drama or things we shouldn't be talking about, it's a Danny episode, baby.
Right.
I love it. Let's go.
I did want to say though, in that scene where he's listening and he's got the earbud in, so it's on her saying it, and then they cut to him. It should have been, what's that shot called with the jaws?
Yes,
it should have been that.
Totally. Oh,
it should have been that.
It totally should have been that.
Because that would have. I mean, his facial expression was good enough, but that would have been a nice little extra bump. to it. That would have been nice.
Yeah, man.
So just to be clear, so you're talking because with season the episodes I've seen are from season 1.
Sure.
So in season 2, do they start at the vault again? Then is that what you're talking about? Or
No,
are you talking
season 2 they do a bunch.
Do you want me to put this? Do you want me to put your screen up,
flashbacks.
by the way? Salty, you want your screen up?
What, my screen?
Yes. Do you want the screen you've shared up?
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was just looking stuff up here. So
Yeah,
that's
you're good.
that's just the Amazon Prime page for all.
Damn, Street Preacher, it's not adultery. In fact, her which should be ex-husband.
This guy,
married.
Street Preacher.
Yeah, he's being terrible.
God.
I was going
Can
to
you
share
tell
the
he missed you?
You guys,
Can you tell
give
he
me
missed you?
permission?
Are we really going to get into the definition of adultery here? Is that what we're talking?
No, look, I know we're simulcasting on Exposed. He can talk about that there.
Okay,
Have a whole
fair enough.
conversation
Fair
about
enough.
adultery.
Yeah. We got to keep it family friendly.
With
here,
special
folks.
guest Danny Dorknight.
All
How
right.
is he a special guest when he's the original guy that came up with the
No,
concept?
I'm
No,
talking about
because-
an Exposed. When he's on Exposed to talk about adultery, he can be. Here we have the adulterer. No,
No, that's not. What? No, that's bad.
Okay, well, hold on. Have you in fact had sexual relations with that woman?
I plead the fifth, man. Come on.
Yeah.
This is
So the answer is yes, and she is, like,
channel.
as you said, legally married, and so
I'm waiting for her to show up and slap you right now, bro.
yeah,
I know, she's so
I think
pissed at me
adultery
right
has
now,
taken
I bet.
place. I think that's a fair statement.
Oh god.
I think.
Anyway, back to
adultery
Fallout. Back
has
to
taken
Fallout.
place.
Let's keep it focused.
Yeah, tell me about it. I hate you both. It's too much.
Love you. Merry Christmas.
And I hope So MJ, if you're listening, we're just giving Danny a hard time. No, she would not be the adulterer, Lore. Adultery is actually
Stop.
having
now you
relations
stop.
with
Okay.
someone who is married.
So they start out with a little back in the season 2. It's more like we find out how Maximus how what was it called, Shady Hills or Shady Grove or Shady
Not Sandy.
Shady
Sands. Shady Sands.
Shady Sands. We find out, like, we see what happened and how that got new. So it starts with a bunch of backstory stuff, flashback type. Yeah, she's mad at me. You see that?
Sorry, everybody cut it out. Everybody knock it off. We
Yeah,
not want his inaugural show being here from the beginning to be like, don't do this. Don't do this to the man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Baby, I'm going to
sorry.
take you to see Anaconda tonight. I'll make it up
Get
to
your cut
you.
it off
Sorry.
tonight. You're good.
Yeah.
Before I got to cut you off. No more drinking for him. Street Preacher, I mean. No more drinking for him. All right, continue, sir. Will it get
No,
nuked
I was just saying, like, they did another flashback.
Yeah, we see it get nuked. We see it get nuked in this. That's the part. So we knew that last season. The one guy, the Night Kid, we found out that he was from that place that got nuked after the fact. So like 100 or so years after, people were rebuilding. There was a full blown city and community, and you find out that it was Crazy's father who detonated on him. And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about the games, but the setup for season 2 makes me
Hang on.
really
Everybody
hate
pause. Everybody
Christmas
pause.
Dad.
Preacher, stop helping, please.
Wow.
And now Danny's catching up. Danny's like, wait, what? Like,
Oh no! Guys, see, you should put that on. Guys, give me the permission to do that again.
What do you want?
There, that one. Yeah,
There you
I
go.
will take her to see Anaconda tonight.
No,
okay?
read that carefully, Danny.
Oh, she gets that every night, dog.
Yeah.
Come on.
As I said, adultery. All right,
Welcome to the boys' club. Okay, I don't care who you are. Welcome to Nerd Fights. We don't call it Nerd Tea Time. We call it Nerd Fights. Let's go.
Let's go. Anyway, but what was there was another one. What was the other? They had another flash. They did more Walter Goggins stuff. They did more flashbacks with him too.
Yeah,
So it was a flashback heavy first 2
It
episodes.
was. You see, what's his nuts? The guy, the dad. You see he was like, he makes it all the way to like a Vault Tech like lab and puts a suit on and leaves a message for somebody and starts
He's experimenting on rats and stuff.
And I'm like, what? And he just it's business as usual for him. And I'm like, okay.
No, total psychopath. They've set him up as like So far,
Yeah.
he's like the most hated. Like, I want to see him die. Like, and
I
that's,
want to see, it's going to be so satisfying. I hope
yeah,
to God that we get something from him.
yeah. But apparently, Macaulay Culkin is going to be in this
I
season.
heard that.
Yeah, he was on one of the
Are
talk
they going to
shows.
leave him in the vault by himself?
No, he's supposed to be a part of some the group we met at the end of episode 2.
The Commonwealth.
No, like the God, I wish I played the game. It starts with like Kaizen or Kaisers or Kaizen.
That's what we're just talking about, Darren. Darren, hey, hi, by the way, Darren. Yeah, it's literally what we're talking about right now. Is the first two the Norm story when he wakes up the junior executives and everything else. Like,
yeah.
that's the greatest. It's so good.
And then, and now they're all out. They get out on the air duct and
yeah,
they're
dude. I love the fact that he's like, I'm 200 years of I'm a super manager, and they're all like, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
you're
what,
like the sheeple these Vault Tech guys are. It's crazy. And yes, Camille Ninjadi shows up at the that scene you keep seeing in the promos is literally the final moment before they cut to credits. He's like, "Oh, somebody talking about a civil war and didn't include me." And like, "Oh Lord."
I don't really like that actor, so I kind of
Camille Ninjadi.
Yeah, I kind
So
of.
my thing is, he was a geek until they did Eternals, and after Eternals, he's like jacked, and now
he's jacked. Yeah,
he stays that way, and you're like, oh, okay.
I like I don't know if you've seen it, but I like the pitch meeting for Eternals because they say, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Camille gets all jacked up for the movie and we don't give him the classic MCU shirtless scene? Which is exactly what they did.
Oh my God, yeah, he's right. Darren goes, funny thing about Norm stories that the junior execs aren't any better than anyone else. They just think they are, typical of ineffectual middle management. Well, what's funny is the other thing I got out that was that the minute they stopped complaining, they went, well, you could go fix this, do this thing. And I'm like, there you go. Go, sheeple. Yeah. Do the things you know how to do. Yeah. Stop complaining. Go fix things. You know what I mean? Figure it out. It was good. It was good. It was good. I'm a big fan of that whole thing. Again, that whole storyline that they blew up because it was such a nice looking town.
Yeah, that's because they want to the vaulters, the people like whoever the 31
or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, all those people. They want to their idea of the what do they call it? The day that they all come back.
Reclamation Day.
Reclamation Day. Their definition of that isn't what you think at first.
No,
and they make it clear in like one of these 2 episodes that Reclamation Day is when everyone else is gone and we can come out and run the world the way we've ran it in the vaults.
Yeah.
And that's like why they nuked Shady Sands or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Shady Sands. That's right.
And that's so effed up, man.
Dude, it's so bad.
Dude, he's like talking to his wife, and we'll get rid of the water problem. Everything's good, you know. It's like,
is Salty the old man on the podcast? Did he fall asleep? Okay. I looked over. You were like this because the way the camera's angled. You're like,
yeah. I was sending a message.
I was like, is he okay? No, you're good. So I'm checking my phone.
But my biggest gripe, though, I will say this, and you guys will probably be shocked. And MJ, baby, if you're listening, back me up here because I said it a million times. That's why I didn't like it. It's gratuitously gory and it's unnecessary.
So, I think that's their way of attempting to try to make it like the game, because I did start playing the games, and the games from the get are like.
Right,
when you do and that's fine. Keep that in the games. That was a real turnoff to me. Like that first season, early on, was so gory. I didn't want to keep watching it. My girl,
I think they got it. I think they got a little bit of it because you notice when they're doing the part where dude's experimenting on the rats,
they don't show the rats getting.
They just show the effect, and then later on when he did the person, I'm like, oh, because the camera starts to pan away, and it shows just the glass. And I was like, okay.
I did appreciate that but they did
here she goes. She says they did show like perfect replica of the games. See, and that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from a lot of folks too. So that's why I wasn't against it, because that makes sense.
Here's my thing. It kind of reminds me of the argument a lot of nerds were making with the MCU. They're different mediums. Okay, like why on like if you're why would I want to see on the screen the exact same thing I've experienced before. Let me see a different interpretation
So,
of it.
okay, well,
And maybe
my
I'm just being the
response-
old man. Or go
My
ahead.
response to those people has always been the same thing. Because I only saw it as a flat medium, I want to see it in full-blown Technicolor. In this context, I only saw it as an unnamed, unfaced avatar. Now we get actors that are actually emoting and doing stuff. I want to see, mind you, I know they have actors who do video games, so if you're a video game enthusiast, don't at me. Because I don't care. I really don't, because I barely play video. I have a
All
PlayStation.
the
that
ads. I need the interaction. Give me all the hate.
No, but I want to see, like, I want to, for me, like, I especially because I started playing New Vegas, I want to see some of those things. Like, I know we're getting those, not rhino, those monster things with like the horns and stuff. And I'm like, in the game, those things are dope. I want to see that in real life. Anyway, so we'll see.
So I'm probably in the. I'm probably. Oh, sorry.
I'm not asleep. I'm waiting for a chance to talk.
I'm probably in the minority. Or go ahead, Salty. Yeah.
Well, no, because I want to say on this whole gore thing.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. So I agree with Danny. I don't think that the gore in the first season is appropriate. And remember,
it's not necessary. It's unnecessary.
Well, and that's the thing. I same thing I've said about The Boys.
Yeah.
And all these shows that go over the top gore. And
Are you painting your blood and gore? It's
right,
too much.
or over the top sexuality and stuff like that. They throw that in there, and if it is like you said, if it's
The Boys,
gratuitous,
if a character wants to shrink and walk in and out of body parts, you know what?
Don't go there.
I don't
Don't
know.
go there. The Boys lost me last, like, because I was trying to
hey,
get
The
Salty
Boys
to
lost
watch
me in
it.
season 1.
I know they did. Remember,
I'm
we
still
tried to
holding it down
review
for The Boys. I also
Right,
watched
right.
NV.
I would say Boys lost me in season 1 with Death by Cunnilingus.
Early. No, I remember, dude, because I drug you into because you were making me review Discovery, and I hated that show. So I was like, okay, you're gonna have to review a show you hate. But then, like, last season of The Boys, I can't remember what it was, but there was something happened that I was like, man, I'm like, this is just too much. Like, it just.
Well, the thing is, so there's actually some good storytelling in The Boys. But the problem is it's buried in all this gratuitous violence and sex. And the same thing with Fallout Season 1. I think that's a problem with Fallout Season 1. And I get, like, when people argue, but the video game is like that.
George, you've been promoted to a Paramount executive, okay?
Thank you, Lord. I could use the job. I am currently unemployed. So 16 days now.
When people argue that that's what was in the video game, that it's just
11 days, sorry.
Not only is Danny right pointing out that it's a different medium, two wrongs don't make a right.
Oh, stop. Again,
no.
the Exposed channel.
I think
know if we're simulcasting there, don't do that.
No. Listen. If you're
hold
gonna
on, real quick. One last final thought about this.
Ariel, I've missed you so much.
yourself
It's good
up.
to see you, hon. I'm glad to see you're still. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I still see Ariel over on my channel every now and then.
Okay,
So.
awesome. Well, I'm not. I've been working, so.
When it comes to this whole idea of gratuitous or not gratuitous, at the end of the day, these are the baddest of what they are. If you ever read The Boys comic, and I'm not saying it has to be like the story jot for jot, line for line, but the point of it is the nihilistic vision of superheroes that were man-made and sort of that whole thing. So likewise, you come to this thing, this is a world that is not just the result of nuclear winter, which is horrible by in and of itself. It's the fact that it was created by corporate America, because it was, and then executed, both literally and figuratively, by corporate America. And then the people under the ground are the ones who have been brainwashed, while everybody on top, you cannot get up, because if you try to, they're going to blow you, they're going to take you down again. So at the end of the day, how else should give them out cookies? You literally sound like the female lead in this show. You're like, well, okie dokie, we can't be hurting everybody.
First of all,
that's not what I'm saying.
You're talking about Lucy. I hate Lucy, that dumb bitch. I was yelling at the TV. No, I'm sorry. I was yelling at the TV. MJ will back me up. When we were watching the episode, I think it was the second episode of season 2, where they hear a woman scream.
I love the fact that you just stopped dead-sentence.
First of all, Laura, if you don't believe that I hate Discovery, just go back and watch. What do you call them? The archives, or what? Do you call them?
They definitely archives. You got
go watch. I quit the show over Discovery. I literally.
Oh my god!
Like,
you're getting sucked in, right? You're getting sucked in
anyway,
right now.
So
you gotta watch out. I love Lore. He will suck you in, and I'm like, bro, there's a space.
They're walking.
Right
they're walking by a building, and they can hear
you the link. Laura,
Yeah.
I can send you the link. You can jump in, and you and Danny can just nerd fight it out.
Oh God! Like,
Oh man,
I don't know about. Well, we'll be here for hours. But the scene. So Mr. Know-It-All, the scene where they're walking past a building. Yes, this one, Street Preacher, and he says ignore it, and she won't do it. And I'm like, why did he follow her? Because now,
because he realized this her father being who he is, he didn't know who he was.
Dude, I'm like, you
her
dumb
father
bitch.
being who
And
he
then
is the,
exactly.
her father being who he is the closest thing that he's gotten to finding someone who's in a position to know something about his family in 200 years. Which, by the way, that's funny enough. The hardest thing I have, I believe, is that you're telling me that in 200 years you ain't come this close to finding anybody.
Well, how long was he in the dirt though? Because when we first find
him, I don't know. They don't really. I don't know.
Bubba Gump pulls him out of the dirt.
Yeah,
so
that one.
Right. But no, I just I got so pissed. I was yelling at the screen. I was like, "Don't do it!" And then she gives the bitch the stem pack. If I was the ghoul, I would have shot that bitch in the face. He slit the other dude's throat. Just shoot that bitch in the face because Lucy's gonna do what she thinks is right. And it's just she's so irritating, man. But she's supposed to be. But
I'm hoping she's not there to just only ever be the innocent eyes. I really do want to see her come. To me, the height of her character arc would be not to become like the ghoul, but to come to a place of understanding and then still choose to be a force for good in the world. Because that to me would be a stronger position than just, I don't believe in bad things happening. That feels dumb and naive. I want to see her actually do something and then finally be like, oh wow, I totally get it. And we should kill these horrible
and what's she gonna do?
But
what's her
I'm
plan? What's she gonna do when she finds her dad?
Well, just like when she arrived with the turban girl, the girl who had the whole wrappings and everything. When she arrived to the put you on. You want to put on the link? Send me the link. Ah!
Oh no, God, don't do it.
Hold on, shut up. I'm gonna totally do it.
So, can I respond to you?
Yes, of course.
This horrible character. I'm not saying that gore is all bad and violence is bad and sex is bad. What I'm saying is, if it's gratuitous, and that's usually because it's over the top and stupid.
Oh, the gore is so over the top. I'm tired of seeing heads explode and legs. Right. And like Zoe was like, "No, you're supposed to. It happens in the game. The legs and the body."
Send Laura the link. I can't find his email for some reason.
You want me to send it
to Laura?
Okay, Laura, if you need it, you see my screen handle there. Just put @gmail.com after it. That's my email, and you're good. And I'll.
Well, no, I can.
Or unless you have it. Unless you have
it. I have his email. So.
Okay. See, this is the time I'll bite. So it isn't. That I sent it to Discovery. It isn't that I like Discovery. I don't necessarily like Discovery. However,
do you
at
like
the fourth season? Hold on. At the fourth season,
he does like Discovery.
No, he's a liar. At the fourth season, like a normal person, I came to the understanding of what they were trying to do. Do I think they're executing it well? No, but it did recontextualize for me the series because I started watching the series thinking it was going to be a normal Star Trek show. It is not. A normal Star Trek show is an ensemble show. Yes, there are main people like the captain and whatever else, but it is an ensemble, meaning you care about everybody. From the first episode of Discovery, they clearly made it out. It is Burnham's story. It is 100% Burnham's story. You should not care about anybody else, though once in a while they'll throw someone in your face and make you think you're supposed to care about them. But it is her story. By the end
she's a bad character.
On Michael, I don't know. I both agree and disagree. I think she's a character. I think people just are inherently one way or another. That's like saying Admiral What's-His-Nuts is a bad character just because he's sitting here taking over the ship and whatever else, and he just changes things up. I'm not him. Captain What's-His-Nuts. Anyway, go ahead. What's up, man?
Okay. I didn't want to be rude. Trying to get better at this. Look, two things, if I may. Salty up here said it best.
Everybody knows my name. That's
okay. You said it best when you said what made the original series so good. You had science fiction writers writing science fiction stories that had these characters from Star Trek, and now what you have is people trying to make Remember when you went on this rant? I thought, I wanted to clip that out.
Gilmore Girls in space.
Yeah, I wanted to clip that out because you summed that up perfectly. That's
are we talking about Starfleet Academy?
No. He was just talking
in general.
About,
okay,
in general, how like you'd have DC Fontana and Harlan Ellison and people like science fiction writers writing science
I'm
fiction
actually interested in this, by the way. Go on.
that could have been anything, but they put it in the world of Star Trek. And now what they're
Right.
doing is they're writing, like, Salty, I'm just regurgitating what you said. Back me
It's
up
Star
here.
Trek fan fiction they're writing.
Yeah.
It's
It really is.
it's
The
not
minute
even-
I saw the trailer for the not the trailer, forgive me, the clip that they released of Starfleet Academy, and it's the most asinine scene that you could literally place anywhere. And I'm like, I thought we're in the 30 some odd century, and y'all are still having the literal same encounters that you had way back then. Like nothing's improved, nothing's impressive. You other than the fact that apparently you now have a football field size bridge that nobody needs or wants.
Oh,
And by
bridge-
the
oh my
way,
God, those are
welcome to the ring, Lore Reloaded.
Let me get my second thing in. Let me get my second thing in real quick.
Go for it.
Did you hear that they cast Thomas Jane as Bones?
Yes.
Okay.
What is that about?
That sounds awesome.
Because the thing is this, he's only supposed to be in like the last episode.
He's
You
only in
don't
the last
cast Someone
episode.
like him. You
I
don't
know.
cast someone like him unless they got plans beyond that.
Well,
What-
I was going to say he's in the last episode of Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How do you
But
cast him?
what's
Because
coming
they're
up?
gonna, they're gonna have a spinoff, Star Trek Year One or whatever they're gonna call it. And
I
otherwise, he
mean-
wouldn't do it unless it's stunt casting to try to get people to. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Anyways, what's up, Lore? How you doing, brother?
Not much. Are we convinced they aren't going to do another Strange New Worlds? I feel like this is just a way of getting rid of Anson Mount and bringing in the other guy. I really haven't watched the news on it, though. I'll
Do
be
you
honest.
think they'd actually just continue it? They wouldn't give it a new name?
I think Strange New Worlds is probably one of their most popular, if not their most popular, newest. So I can't see why they wouldn't continue that. I don't know
think
that.
they're- I
I
think they're
what
going
I'm
to spin
thinking.
it off because Pike's gotta die, and like they just need to. They just need
Okay,
to
real
do.
quick, I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts on this idea. So listen, before we go crazy, a female Jem'Hadar, who'd have thunk it? My immediate first response to this has always been, we're that far in the future, almost anything is possible. Simply holding them to as if the Jem'Hadar have to stay in a capsule for 300 some odd years feels like that feels weird. Now, mind you, I don't think she's the right character to introduce this. I think having her looking like anything that it's just weird. But so was Worf when he first showed up. So I don't know.
Reason I'm going to watch the first episode
Lord.
and give it a chance.
Darren.
Starfleet Academy is because I love Paul Giamatti as an actor. That dude is a genius actor.
Yeah, but
That
he's
doesn't
just
mean he's a good fit for Star Trek.
I know. That's why. I get it. I will watch the first episode, and if it sucks, I'm out. You know
So
what I
first
mean?
off, this isn't me disheveled. This is actually me not disheveled. I actually,
Yeah, this is Lore looking
this
pretty
is-
good,
this
I
is
gotta
pretty good.
say.
And I can understand why you wouldn't like it, Dork, because you like new things, right? You want to change things when they do newer stuff. Just like you don't want to take the original like premise, because screw that. Like just put the like the plating on it. Just put the skin on it. Just like I think you would agree with me, the Section 31 movie, excellent. It is nothing like this TV series. So just like when they took Fallout and we need to take away all that gore stuff, because why would we ever do something like original or specific to it? Let's just change it completely. So next Paramount executive, Dork.
Thank you.
Yes!
Like, I'm
I had
sorry.
a feeling that's where you were going. That's why I was like, get on this show, man.
Mr. Know-It-All, put up my mom's comment, my mom's last comment, please. And
Here we
that's
go.
what I was about to say. They need to, Mike and I have said this forever. They need to just cop to it's a different timeline.
It's not.
But it's not. They've
It
doubled
is.
down on it.
It absolutely
No, I agree with
demonstrably
you.
is.
I agree with you, Mike.
It is
I agree with you.
demonstrably not. Let's have that
agree-
conversation.
I
Oh, okay,
agree.
yeah. Okay, wait. I want to have this conversation with
Let's
you.
have
This
the
is the
conversation.
greatest episode ever.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so Lore, you think that it is demonstrably the same timeline, correct?
Yeah, I think based on everything that we see, it is the same timeline. Correct. yes.
Okay. Well, do you want me to lay out
can't
my
be.
argument, or do you want to just, or are
can't
you going to
be.
extrapolate on that?
No, go ahead. Lay out your.
By the way,
Alright,
just
so
so you
it-
understand, I want everybody to understand real quick. I'm inherently current. Matter of fact, here, let's do this right. That's how it goes. I'm in Lore's side on most of what he said so far.
And
So
I
let's
know
get-
I'm on salty side firmly.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Firmly.
All right, so
Yeah.
in Strange New Worlds, in the episode Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, they established that the Romulans have been making time incursions on Earth for some time. And at this point, they have at least delayed Conley and Singh
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
at least 30 years. from the original timeline. Now, that means that Khan...
It has to be different.
Right. Khan is now a child in the late 2020s, whereas originally he launched in the Botany Bay in 1996. There's no way that those two things can happen in the same timeline.
So here's my question for you.
Hold on. The fact you said there's no way that can happen, that's foolish. Don't say that.
Okay.
In the same timeline, I said.
Timeline? No, Khan.
Here's my question.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. Let Lord.
Easy question. Are Voyager and Enterprise in the same timeline? Because I'm about to bring up two specific examples, both in Enterprise and in Voyager, where you see inconsistencies.
Right.
And then my next question is if you say that inconsistencies happen, I'm going to ask you if the Klingons are a part of the Federation Council, and then follow that up with is TNG in the same timeline?
Okay, so I know that there are I know that there are writing mistakes, and then there are clear plot points, right? Now, the Klingons in the Federation Council thing, you're 100%. That was a writing mistake, and I don't think that anybody is going to say otherwise. I don't
Do you know
think
the background for that? Not to interrupt you, but do you know the background for that? Why they actually changed it?
I don't know why they actually changed it.
Okay.
I think
not to interrupt you, but just so you're interested, they actually did fully intend to have the Klingons as a part of the Federation Council. If you look at the Klingon ships before that episode,
right,
they have a Federation. Yeah, they changed it because they wanted to make Worf more have to choose between Klingons and Federation. Not to interrupt you, it's just interesting.
No, that makes perfect sense. So that I will give that's a writing error. But when we're talking about the time travel, the whole central thesis of this episode, we're not talking about, oh, by the way, this background thing has changed that we never really fully got into yet. But this is the central point.
Hold on. But if that's the case, Next Gen would never have existed either, because it literally breaks.
Oh my God! Can I just say I love you guys, and I have missed talking this deep dive Star Trek.
You mean something that doesn't matter, like World War III happened, and how that impacted First Contact?
Wait, you know what?
You mean a little inconsistency like that, my friend?
Yeah, that's a great point. And so now let me counter that a little bit.
Please.
Where's my popcorn?
Okay. Now you weren't here when I broke this. Unfortunately, if I were upstairs where my timeline, I actually have a cork board upstairs with the timeline broken down a little bit. I'm still working on it because there are a few things that I have to do. But
847 Yorktown, good to see you again, brother. It's been a while.
I think that it is very clear that Enterprise is not in the same timeline as TOS or TNG.
So have you updated your?
Never been established, has it?
Have you updated your triple timeline theory? Is it a
no? But this is part of it, though.
By the way, I do agree. I agree with Laura that you're right. But at the same time, was that ever established anywhere?
It's not. It's
World War.
Like hard. Like, have they established that it's an alternate place? Like somehow there's another universe. I mean, I vaguely would consider. Remember that time when Archer's standing in that time bubble thing, and they're talking about the time war. I feel like that's the only place where you could play fast.
That's where a lot of where a lot of this.
Could, but they did try. My argument to that would be they did try to interweave Enterprise with that Klingon episode explaining ridges versus no ridges.
Right.
My thing is that you either have to say, because Voyager makes a huge mistake, and it was World War III or one of them that directly impacts First Contact.
Right.
You either, in my opinion, and you may talk me out of this because I didn't let you finish, Salty, so I'm interested, but my opinion is you either have to say Enterprise, Voyager, and Strange New Worlds are all different realities, alternate timelines, or we just have to accept that sometimes inconsistencies happen. The only thing I would say with the Strange New Worlds thing is that directly involves, I have a Star Trek channel, why am I forgetting what the name of them are? The Time Police. They could have went back and fixed it, kind of like they did in Enterprise. But that's
TVA, basically.
Yeah, but that's doing work for the writers. If I'm being honest.
Daniels was a part of, right?
But and that I agree 100% that that's a problem, and I think that's something that should be addressed in future storytelling as to why some of this stuff has gone on. But I will argue that yes, I think Enterprise and Strange New Worlds are in the same timeline. However, I do not think that timeline includes TOS or TNG.
Great question. No, Street Preacher asks, will it be the same timeline of Strange New World just dovetails into a remake of TOS?
Well, that's the only way they could do a
That's
remake.
what I think they're going to do.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be year one or something like kind of like Batman Year One, and I think that's why they're introducing Bones.
Right.
I
think I have a better title.
There is a Sulu casting also for the same episode.
Yeah,
Apparently
there is. Yes, yeah.
They're showing up. So both characters are going to show up. But again, you don't cast someone like Tom. I know Thomas Jane's not like an A-list guy today, but like he's a name, he's a face.
Dude,
we know. You don't cast him.
I love Thomas
for him
Jane.
just to be a walk-on, and that's it.
He's the best Punisher, on-screen Punisher we've ever had.
But
I like him.
And I'm not even talking about the movie. I'm talking about that short film I went crazy about. Remember that, Mike? The
Yeah.
You're funny.
But no, I think. Well, first of all, better title for the original for when they do the new version of the original series. It's very simple. You rename the original series as Star Trek: The Original Series, just like we have Star Trek: The Next Generation, Star Trek Voyager. The first show that aired in the 60s will be retitled from this day forward Star Trek: The Original Series, and the show that comes out with the new cast after the end of Strange New Worlds, we just call Star Trek.
Boo.
No, I don't mind. It's elegant. It gives people a place to say.
Everybody calls it TOS
We
anyway.
already call it TOS. No, you're right. I think that's already a thing.
What's your thought, Lauren?
Or TOS, as it's known.
Yeah.
I think
Nobody calls it TOS but you. You are the only person on planet Earth
I've
that
heard it.
says TOS.
I've heard it.
I've
called
never
TOS.
heard it. It's always TOS.
No, TOS,
You also-
yes. But
you also
Lauren
think-
says not TOS, but TOS.
But you also think that if you have an original work, you shouldn't use what's in the original work in the remake. So you and me are always going to disagree on things. So
Really?
yeah, kind of.
Well, why wouldn't
Dork.
you?
Me and Dork. I'm making
But
a
why
joke.
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? That
Why wouldn't we disagree? What?
No. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we reuse? Why wouldn't we use? I'm sorry. Those are
No,
great.
you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I was trying to pick a fight with Dork. What
Oh.
I'm saying, I do agree with that. Okay, I was just trying to pick a fight.
No, I got you.
No, I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be fine. You'd obviously have people mad, but they're going to be mad regardless.
Laura, I don't take the bait as much as I used to anymore now that I'm sober. I'm sorry.
I got you,
That
man.
is
Everyone has.
masturbate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a weakness. Don't worry. There is a chink in your armor somewhere, and I will find it. You don't have to worry about that. How do you
Hey,
think-
that's racist, buddy.
Yeah. How do you think? How do you think I have
There are no
130,000
Asians.
subscribed, man? That's all I do. So here's my. We can talk about that if you want to. But going back to Strange New Worlds
Okay,
not being in the
this
same
is
thing.
the ultimate inside joke right here, and only a few people out there will even get this. But this goes to a guy named Alexander who made up the yellow timeline that was all about urination.
Yeah.
Oh, and we lose lore.
No, I think
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
It's rough.
Okay. So anyway, what were you saying, Lauren?
He had to pick his nose. He didn't want to do it on camera.
I was doing something I can't do on camera. Correct. No, I was. So I mean, when it comes to timeline inconsistencies, like I just did a Google search, and there's like 20 timeline inconsistencies, including something from Wrath of Khan. So when it comes to that, that is
Well,
not.
everybody knows the Wrath of Khan one is Chekhov. I mean,
Well,
come on.
do we know is the new Con podcast series like canon?
I don't know. Is it out? Have you listened to it?
I don't
I've listened-
care.
I listened to the first episode. It sounded
I didn't
interesting.
know it existed. I had no idea.
It's
they
new.
put-
It's
yeah.
like it's just audio. It's like
Yeah, but it's an audio drama, full produced drama with sound effects and actors and
it
all that.
reminds me of like back in the 40s and 50s when they did the radio shows. It's
Or
like
if you
that.
remember when Star Wars did a audio drama version of some of their stuff when they had the actors and stuff, it sounds nice. So anyway, yeah.
It'll never be on my channel. I can tell you that for a fact. That sounds silly. I don't know. I mean, so they use
Which con is it? Is it the 96 con or the 2026 con?
I think it's the kid grown up. I think it's because it sounds very much like they used a kid, or the idea. I think they carried that
Right,
idea.
but
from
which
the
kid?
world.
Because this is
No, the Strange New Worlds kid. The
Yeah,
Strange-
exactly. So it has to be a different timeline. It just right there.
has to be. It's instant. I mean, who wouldn't?
Romulans
I mean-
could never cause
Okay.
time.
But it can't be because they're not using they're changing the original stuff, which makes it better, right, Dork? Anyway,
no. So if it's here's the thing.
So if you say it's okay,
no.
it's okay. to change stuff.
I love Strange New Worlds, but the problem is after a few episodes, it's like this cannot jive with the TOS timeline. it's got to be an alternate timeline, but they keep trying to force it into that. So I just want you to pick a lane, man. I'm not against, I'm not against weaving into old stuff and everything's got to be new. It's just got to make freaking sense.
So my thing with it is that everything is just, with the exception of TNG, DS9, and Voyager, in my opinion, everything is distinct from everything else. Like Roddenberry wanted TNG to be distinctly different from the original series. It was like a remake of the original series. Like there's quotes out there. He didn't directly do it. The writer said it, so it's who you want to believe. But TNG was supposed to be like the original series. He was just doing a remake of it, right? And I would argue that TNG is distinctly different from the original series. Like to the point you could argue that the original series is in a different timeline than the Next Generation, right? So that's why those kinds of arguments aren't.
Years? What's the difference? How long time frame is it from TOS canonically speaking?
80 some odd years.
Yeah, it's 50 to 100 years. It goes from the mid 23rd century to the beginning mid 24th.
Well, Bones is a little over 100 in the pilot episode, right?
Yeah, I think it's 136 or something.
136.
I actually in my Stardate video, I actually did the math on all that, and it actually works out.
Oh my God! Don't get him talking about the Stardate video. According to Darren, it's 78 years.
78 years. That sounds right to me. Yeah, that sounds right.
So I guess my thing is like, is there anything else, or is there a deeper like conversation when it comes to the issues with the timeline that makes them different? Because if you look at it from a standpoint of all the other series, it's just as consistent as any other series, in my opinion, except it now has a liberal bias versus a neutral to conservative bias.
Or that whole America in the 60s where it's very pro, Cold War, us, yay, strong us.
Right.
Versus
I'm not a huge fan of where they went with the new stuff, just so you're aware. I'm just trying to have a conversation about the timelines themselves.
No, but I agree with you, because when you stop and think about it, there is a hope factor that existed that we've lost. I think anybody who argues otherwise is a fool. Okay, and I feel like there's a world in which we have to be able to sit here and say, okay, this is what's this? You need me to play this? You got this? Mm-hmm. You're such a weird.
It's going to be something attacking me.
More vessels moving into range.
On screen.
I hate you so much.
Let's get lost in that magic place all alone now. Not even the worst one. This is one of my better ones. Drink your fill from my fountain of love.
I just want to know, Salty, do you just have these loaded and ready at any given moment?
I used to, yeah.
You pulled that up. What?
I'm a man, I'm a teaser, I'm a man, well I'm a virgin, I'm a man, I'm a one-night stand, a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a dream, I'm a dream divine, make love to.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I can tell you that's from a 24-hour live stream.
The ending, though. The ending is awesome.
Actual question. Sorry, I apologize. You just don't know how to tell a short joke, because we're losing half our audience waiting for your bit. DS9, especially after the Dominion War started, I felt a lot closer to TOS than any other Star Trek show at the time. Please discuss. Thoughts?
Or go ahead. Go ahead, Laura.
No, go ahead. You go, Dora.
I was just I don't know why he says that. I think maybe the Tribble episode. I actually did not like DS9 at first, but when I went back and I watched it years later after my buddy Jason talked me into it, I love DS9. It's probably some of the best Star Trek writing. But then again, it goes back to the point I was making with Salty, where he was saying like they were writing science fiction in the Star Trek universe. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't Star Trek was at the forefront. It was science fiction was the forefront.
Well,
and they put these characters in these situations. And I like the religious allegories that were being made in DS9. I don't see what the link is directly to. I would like a little follow up on that.
I can tell you a little bit because I agree with Darren actually.
Yeah,
I think that DS9, especially once the Dominion War got going, it basically pushed the Federation back into actually being the military. Mm-hmm. And because in TOS, Starfleet was unapologetically the military. And then in TNG, all of a sudden, military became a 4-letter word.
Well, and they retcon that in Star Trek 6. They give you the reason
Right.
why that happened.
Well, I do think, but you see, and I think the way that it works within the universe is pretty simple. In Star Trek 6, Starfleet is demilitarized, and then because of the Borg and the Dominion, they are remilitarized, and we see that process in Deep Space.
Exactly. No, in Ariel's got it right here, but DS9 Dominion War was a war. You know what I mean? Whereas
What's funny is it was more a war than I would argue, and I'm not trying to pick a fight cross fandoms, than Star Wars wars have ever been.
Star Wars, we never see a war in Star Wars.
You never see a war in Star Wars.
I think the one time is in
we see a couple of battles, but
battles, right?
Yeah.
But you're right.
It used to be called Star Battles.
For me, DS9 started out very much. I was disinterested. I was like, I'm going to watch it. I was attending a Star Trek fan club every week. We're part of SFI, Starfleet International, blah blah.
God, you were so my people. I love.
I remember I was like, this show sucks. It's not as good as TNG. And then you get to the Dominion War, and I was like, wait, what? Hold on, you guys, they're telling a story? What's going on here? What's happening? And little by little, I was like, oh my God, it got interesting. And I don't know what shifted. So for me, I feel like as these shows progress, no pun intended, and I'm not trying to go there with that, I feel like they take on new stylings. But at the end of the day, like honestly, Starfleet Academy is the first trailer or thing I've seen that makes me feel the way you guys talk about Discovery. I look at that and I go, oh my God, what is this? It doesn't even feel right. And whereas Discovery felt off because I didn't understand what they were trying to do. Once I understood what they were trying to do, it didn't make me like it anymore, but it made me at least understand it and not hate it. Because I can at least sit here and go, okay, cool. I don't want what you're making, but I understand.
Is Discovery over? I checked out.
Yeah, Discovery is over.
Yeah, Discovery's over.
I'll tell you something that'll probably make you guys mad. I think Discovery season 3 and season 4 was probably more a return to form of the original of Star Trek than season 1 and season 2.
Four won me over. 4 won me over for sure.
I think that
I actually think season 4 was their best season.
When did I check? So I must have checked out at season 3, Mike.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, and I'll be honest with you. The only reason I think season 3 and season 4 is a return to form and an actual Star Trek show versus a skin is on Starfleet. Not because of anything to do with Discovery or their crew, but with Starfleet itself. Because I think that's an interesting story.
Get a mirror and make sure Salty's alive. Can you come back up into the shot?
Hey, I'm waiting until
we're worried if you had a stroke or not. You're like,
gee, thanks.
This is how you look.
I'm always on stroke watch. Anyway,
I'm telling you,
it's funny because
I do want to address this real quick. So she says TOS they weren't really the military. Any wars they had were already calmed down. I highly recommend you go back and rewatch Errand of Mercy, in which a war is declared between the Klingon Empire and Starfleet, and the entire Klingon fleet and all of Starfleet were gathered around planet Organia, ready to shoot it out until the Organians put an end to it.
And it wasn't just Errand of Mercy either. Yeah, they were about to go to war. So
I'm just saying that's a classic example.
I just want to point out I looked like I was dead for at least a minute and nobody said a word. Salty does it for 10 seconds and everybody's
I know. But that's because they think I really could die at any second.
No, I thought it was better because it changed what you were. So you originally you were alive and then you moved to dead. So I thought maybe that was a better way of doing it, which is why I didn't say
anything. Oh my God, I love that.
Okay. So it was the 1960s, so you have to take that into account. But I think there were a lot of wars. They got done in less than 60 minutes or however long a TOTS episode was. It's probably the most famous one. 48. It's the one I like the most. 40. Thank you.
Balance of Terror. Is that what you're thinking?
Balance of Terror. Yeah, I think that one was kind of warish too, because effectively the Romulans declared war on the Federation. They just didn't want to fight. They were not up for the fight. So I would say that there was a lot more war-esque. This whole TNG. I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, but TNG did a destructive amount of damage to how Star Trek and Starfleet is looked at.
Amount of damage.
Really?
Yeah, a destructive amount.
And the reason for that is Gene Roddenberry.
Okay, yeah, I know. He actually had full control in season 1. It destroyed Star Trek. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
We're on the same page.
Every time Gene Roddenberry has creative control, it's Star Trek.
Yeah. And I hate.
I was too. That's how I got into it too.
Actually, got into TOS because because the box set of the movies came out. Remember with the ship on it and everything. And so that I was like, oh, these characters have history. I want to see that, and I got it. Then my dad had the Columbia House.
Aren't you? We're probably the same age, but I got fortunate. My mom, when I was a tiny child, we had a VCR, and the only things we had were she would record all the episodes off of TV onto these VHS tapes.
Way to go, Mom.
And then we had Star Wars, the original one before they called it A New Hope. That's all I had on VHS. So my whole childhood.
Godson, we prefer nerds, hence the name of the show.
Yes.
And by the way, Danny, I know this is a quick aside, but do you know Star Wars with not A New Hope, but Star Wars is coming back?
I heard that, and I'm excited. Yeah, they're going to
in 2027 for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, and I'm looking very much forward to that. But
oh my God, I'm looking teary-eyed.
Oh, you still have them, Mom? Oh, that's so crazy.
Okay, so you still have those videotapes?
That's what she said.
I want to see those videotapes because you know what I want? I want to watch the Star Trek, the original series, with commercials from back then.
I actually think she would pause.
Honestly, too bad.
Yeah, I think she paused them.
Man, if she would record
better, she was a trooper.
Dude, no, she was on top of it. Mom, if you still have those, like, we got to do like a watch along. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. But my point is as a kid, I was very fortunate because I was a Star Trek fan before Next Gen came out, and I remember when we lived, we were in Meadowbrook Apartments in High Point, North Carolina, when Star Trek came out, and because it was syndicated where we were in our market, it was on Fox 5, so we would watch it as a family together, and it was like a weekly thing because of how big Star Trek fans we were, and I always loved that my mom got me into it so young. Because, man, I'm running around in diapers watching Star Trek. I remember getting in my toy box and pretending it was a shuttlecraft and getting out and pretending I was on away missions and stuff. And I was a toddler, you know what I mean? So
I was a kid of the 90s. I don't think just because of the shows I'd watched it, this isn't a negative thing. It's just I was a kid of the 90s. I'm not sure if I had seen
more of
the
an
original
80s
series.
kid. I must be 10 years older than you, I guess.
I'm a 70s kid.
If I had watched the original series as a kid and it was my first introduction to Star Trek, I probably wouldn't like it as much. TNG was my first one, just because I grew up on a different kind of filmmaking.
I think for me it was because I was so young.
Are you talking? You're muted.
Me? Yes.
Or me?
No, him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him. I can hear him. I can.
Well, I think because I was so young.
I can goofy again.
And the original series, it was basically cardboard box sets kind of shit. It was easy for me to replay and do as a kid, and it captured my imagination as a very young child. And then I was the right age. So TNG came out in 87, 88?
Yeah.
So I would have been 9 or 10. You know what I mean? So it was.
There we go.
It was an easy jump for me to make, and my mom took me to the movie. I remember bawling. I think it was the same year the Transformers movie came out. I remember bawling when Spock died. I was a child, man. I mean, I remember bawling. Next to my mom. She said, "It's okay, baby. It's okay."
Yeah. Well, you know what's really an easy leap to make is.
I really? Yeah.
Not that one.
Oh God.
We are being hailed. On screen. What is your problem?
I am Lore.
Do you need help?
I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Lore Reloaded.
Let me guess, their rubber band broke, right?
I make YouTube go.
Fun fact, I said all those words.
Yeah.
It wasn't clipped or anything.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he actually recorded that for me. Just to make that video. So.
I'm hearing myself. Is that just me?
No, it's an echo.
It's my fault. Too. Hold on.
Oh. So to address something you were saying,
there it should be good now.
So to address something you were saying,
you're good now.
Mr. Know-It-All, because you looked really weird. When I said it was destructive to Starfleet, I meant in universe. Like when everybody looks at Starfleet or they come to any of my videos where I call it militaristic or the worst thing that's ever happened to the universe, that's because they grew up on TNG, because TNG is the antithesis of the original series, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, and really the new stuff too. It's the only one where Starfleet is the most pacifistic thing. That's what I meant when I said destructive. That's how it was destructive.
I'm curious. So, what's your favorite TOS episode, Laura?
Oh, it would have to be. We just brought. So I don't.
Balance of Terror.
Yeah, TOS is my. It's my weakest, ironically, of all of them. But it's Balance of Terror. I do like Errand of Mercy too.
So Balance of Terror is a more militaristic episode. What's your favorite episode of TNG?
I would have to say it would be. Oh man, Jesus!
It's hard. I know.
I do this for.
I'm going to go with Chain of Command myself.
Chain of Command is a good one, but
I like an obscure one. Mine's the one where Picard gets what's her face, Famke Janssen, to fall in love with him instead. I don't know why that episode stuck with me when I first saw it.
How about the sex scandal though? Come on.
Well, that's everyone talks about that one, and that didn't do anything for me.
I'm a huge fan of requiring someone against their will using drugs to have sex with another person. I think it's excellent. I know Dork would love it because it's against everything that Star Trek stands for. The drumhead.
Well, but if it's something new, you can redo it.
It is something new. That's what I'm saying. It was completely new. It was completely new. They took a female. They drugged her and made her have sex with somebody else. Hadn't seen it before.
Wow.
Never.
This might shock all of you.
Okay, I got to say something here because ABJ says Best of Both Worlds 2 is one of my favorites. Best of Both Worlds 2 is what ruined Best of Both Worlds.
I don't know. I would disagree. So mine's probably going to be a surprise. My favorite episode of TNG,
I'm going to get. Wait. Let me guess. The Inner Light.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's my second favorite episode. That's my second favorite episode.
Okay.
My favorite episode is Lessons. I love that.
Lessons is good. Lessons.
I don't remember which one's Lessons.
Lessons is the one where Picard falls in love, and he has to get in, and he realizes he can't. You remember she's the piano player, and they go up in that part of the ship that she finds the most acoustically perfect, and he falls in love with this woman, and he has to send her off to a mission that he thinks is going to get her killed. Yep. And like when she comes back, he has to end the relation. Like it's such a good episode.
Yeah, no, it's good. For me,
you don't remember that?
For me, the problem I have with Best of Both Worlds Part 2 is probably not the same thing you guys have. My problem is because it's such a bad episode in terms of what it's trying to show us. Because I don't know that they just have money to do it. That's why we have all these Wolf 359 internet people, because we wanted to see.
Laura's one of them,
I really am. I've done so many.
We wanted to see anything cool from that encounter, but instead we hear how dire it was, and we find it's so terrible. All these people are dead, but you showed us nothing.
DS9
so instead,
did a little bit with it.
Nonsense and the bull crap of Picard and the look cute. I'm like, dude, show me the fighting. Show me the stuff.
I think part of my problem with TNG as a whole is it is the very definition of tell, don't show. Episode after episode, if you watch any time there's a big encounter,
that's a budgetary thing, man. Like,
no, you know what?
That's not an excuse. First off, Battlestar Galactica did it. Star Wars, well, not Star Wars, but Battlestar Galactica did it. Doctor Who does it all the time. Yep. You can write around money.
Yeah, you don't have to. And by the way, this is where Technobabble started. Was TNG? And Technobabble, it was the worst thing to ever happen to Trek.
So I did want to finish a thing that ties into what you guys said, because there might even be video of me saying Inner Light's my favorite episode, but the reason Lessons directly ties into Inner Light, because the only other time Picard plays his Resican flute is with I can't remember her name, Lieutenant Darren, I think was her name. I want to say that was her name.
But the girl from that episode.
He played, like when she plays the piano, it's the only time he talks about how personal it is. And so it helps to have seen Inner Light. And
no, they did not.
Hold on a second. Lore Reloaded just commented, Dark Knight's actual favorite episode is Code of Honor.
I didn't
That's
know
the
that.
worst. That's the worst episode of TNG. Get out of here. So they were one of them. That's
No, you know what? Because here's the thing. The Star Trek was always about inclusion, and so they made a racist episode because that's different.
TOS real quick, and I'm only being real. Did we know about tachyons in the 60s? I'm not kidding.
I don't know. Yeah, right.
I think tachyons, hypothetically, I think theoretically tachyons were a thing, but it wasn't a common thing to say.
Right. It wasn't like being used the way we weaponized it. TNG weaponized tachyons.
Oh man, tachyons are magic particles.
What's up? What's up, Jay?
So hey, I want to put her on the spot if I may. Baby, because she'll, you know what I love about her? I mean, there's a lot I love about her, but there will be many nights where because I have this problem, I can't sleep. So I'll be here in my office and I'll walk into the bedroom at night to fall asleep. And guess what's playing on TV? She's falling asleep to TNG. So baby, what's your favorite TNG episode? I'm curious.
Oh,
and if you don't know the name, that's fine. Describe it. Between the four of us, we'll know the name of it, you know? So mine was Lessons. Remember where Picard falls in love with the piano player and he has to send her. So that's mine.
All I want with Code of Honor is just Planet Wakanda, the big whoop. I want to see
That's right.
All I want.
Get out of here. Okay. Her favorite is Best of Both Worlds Part 2. Get out of here. Get out of here. And you
like the marriage is up.
No idea. You said the last one.
The last one is called All Good Things.
Oh, All Good Things. Sorry. All Good Things.
I loved All Good Things.
Yeah, All Good Things is a great episode.
So
it should have been the last we ever saw of Next Gen.
So
no, Picard season 3 was a perfect button.
I will kick you off this show.
The end of Picard season 3 gave me as a fan what I wanted. However, he's right. All Good Things are in my heart has always been the paragon of the greatest ending. Like that was the most satisfying for me show ending I've ever seen in my life. Was that the minute that episode? I was like, this is an amazing ending. I feel so satisfied. I'm like, most times a show ends and you're like, oh, it's too bad. It sucks. When that happened, I was like, I feel like the book closed and I was very happy. And so you know, but then I saw everybody on the crew on the bridge as and I'm like, yeah.
You know, Picard season 3, I love it. I got to make her watch. She hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen any.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. It's crap.
I told her no.
Ignore him.
She's not going to watch.
Crap.
She's not going to watch seasons 1 or 2, but we're going to watch season 3 together. Yeah,
there you go.
You'll love it.
I too love watching the Galaxy class being crewed by 7 people, being able to take on a Borg cube like it was a starfighter and take damage and have. Why did they need the 900 other people for the ship? Honestly, when 7 people can take family. Because they're family, and that automatically fixes ships. You don't have to worry about anything else. You know, an entire engineering room, all of the other bases.
They are led by a bald guy.
Yeah, they're led by a bald guy.
Good point.
So to your point though, Dork, the lessons, I think what's interesting is that, and I didn't even come up with this. Someone else I forgot who pointed it out to me, but in All Good Things, in the last one, they tie all of Picard up because Picard has always had a professional distance from everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's why it ends with him having that card, playing poker with them because he finally lets people in. And Lessons actually ties that in, which is something I never really thought about, but is more consistent when you think about it because he always kept people at a. I
hate you. Stop it. Stop it.
What?
Are we bringing something else in?
Stop it.
Stop what? What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Salty Media just loaded.
No, it actually, I don't know what happened.
Okay. I was going to say, don't do any more of those.
No, I wasn't going to. Just my side, it hiccuped. I don't know if you saw
He used to accept money for him, man. He used to make bank off of that stuff. I don't hate him. I hate the player. Don't hate the player.
But I do want to answer one quick thing about the tachyons. Tachyons became a thing in 1967. So season 1 of Star Trek, there were no tachyons. Season 2 and 3, there were.
Okay.
All right. Well, I definitely. The Enterprise D always had an unprecedented amount of automation. In the Byler episode, it left space dock and went into warp all by itself.
So
it's nowhere near as bad as the. Didn't we have a sentient
Oh yeah,
in
the ship gave
Discovery or
birth.
something.
Oh yeah, no. So all of Starfleet actually has a slave race because the ships themselves become sentient or can become sentient, and they never do anything about it. So they do actually enslave.
Riding around in his
Yeah.
big brother.
They do literally enslave. So yeah, so Starfleet per canon is a slaver state. Just so we're all on the same page. We don't even Discovery doesn't even have to take or Picard or whatever doesn't even have to worry about that.
Well, that's okay. By Picard, they just have slave androids.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. Picard, they just made them in smaller size at that point.
Oh God.
And remember, and here's the worst thing. Their justification for the androids in Picard was that they reduced their abilities so that they couldn't be like Data, so they're retarded slaves.
No, yeah, it gets a lot worse. So they literally lobotomize the species.
Hold
and
on,
then use
hold
them
on.
for slavery.
And they're sharecropping displaced Romulans.
Oh no, the Romulans are straight up slaves too. They're not sharecropping anything. Think about it.
God.
According to Picard, there's no money, and they're living on his plantation, working his
You
fields.
guys are killing me, Stream Preacher. Don't sleep anything that moves.
No, I mean, listen, it's all good because when the husband dies, he briefly has an intimate moment with the wife of the people he's enslaving, which America's never had an issue with that. So I mean, it's really Star Trek is really a feel-good family franchise when you think about it.
Hey, speaking of a feel-good family franchise, you think there's any possible way we could actually talk about this movie right here now?
So my only question on that is, did they completely change it? Because it's the only way that it'll be good.
No.
So,
Wow.
It's literally.
So you haven't even seen it, Lore?
Okay,
Hold on. They rehashed the first movie for this one.
Oh, okay. No, it's not whether I've seen it or not. I'm just saying that based on your interpretation, things have to change, right?
No,
I love
no.
how I love how you don't ever see my face anymore. As soon as someone comments, there we go. See, now I feel better about life.
Look at Danny's like, I'm here.
Because he's taller than I am.
So look, if I may, because I really do want to talk about this movie. I hate 3D movies. I don't see 3D movies. Avatar, the first one, was the second 3D movie I ever saw, and I loved it. I felt so immersed. Do what?
I call dibs on first comment. Go.
Okay. I felt so immersed in that movie. The experience was the most amazing. Yeah. It was the first time I'd ever saw a 3D movie in IMAX also.
Oh my gosh, that must be amazing.
Awesome. And it was so, I felt like I was in the movie. Way of Water was the third 3D movie I saw, because again, I just try to avoid them. I don't like them. I wear glasses. It just kind of messes with me. And again, no problems, felt completely immersed, enjoyed it more than the first movie.
It's awesome.
And I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen it yet, Mr. Know-It-All says he put it in somewhere. My immediate out of the theater reaction, I saw it in IMAX 3D at Red Rock Theater. I want to go see it. She's promised. We've seen it twice already because we took the girls to see it for Christmas. I want to see it in 4DX because the movie felt like I was on a 3-hour roller coaster ride because I was so I hurt my neck. This is not a lie. Baby, get in the chat or come back in here and back me up. I hurt my neck. I was so.
You need your girl to verify why you hurt your neck in the movie theater.
I was so immersed.
Yeah, that sounds kind of sus, right?
Oh, man.
Whatever.
In the last 30 minutes, there's been so many jokes I wanted to do based on the conversation we had with Preacher before. I can't even tell you. I haven't done it. I'm just saying. There's a lot.
He started. Danny, one thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This brilliant, wonderful movie that you love so much, the first words out your mouth are, the 3D is awesome. Well, I guess it's a great banger of a movie, clearly, because the 3D is awesome.
Dude, the 3D
nothing about the story, nothing about the characters, nothing about the cultural impact.
And
nothing
that's
about
fair.
anything.
And that is totally,
You literally said,
fair.
3D is awesome.
The 3D,
guys, go see the movie because the 3D is awesome.
You have to see it in 3D.
Or anything else, No, Bob.
Well, look,
Pretty.
there's a
We're
lot.
fine.
I can argue those points, and I get what you're saying because there's a lot that happens in the movie that I do like. I love the relationship between Quaritch and the new villain. I forget her name, but this
There you
chick
go, because she's so memorable.
This chick right here. No, because
Yeah,
their
I had
names are so hard.
online about her cultural relevance, and I literally ended the argument by asking, "So where's what's her name?"
Okay, I got to be honest. It would be awesome if her name was like Nala or something like that.
No, it's
I'm not saying they're not.
Verdana or Verana or
Not Nala. It's Verana. Okay.
You, sir, are fired. You don't know the name?
So let me ask you this, because I haven't seen it. So in all seriousness, because I watched Avatar 1, and it seemed to
Varang. Her name is Varang. I knew it started with a B. Varang.
Okay,
she's
so
sexy too, man. She's like evil sexy.
Oh my God, does
this cool.
He's gonna jerk off to a cartoon.
No.
So just so I better understand, this movie is so awesome because it's 3D and the cartoons are hot. Is what I'm.
No. It's just it's an immersive experience, man. It didn't feel like like when it was over, I could have sat there for more. Like
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Danny, you are exactly the target audience of this movie.
I am.
And the reason I'm saying that is because for you, it's about the emotional experience of the movie, to which it does have a ton. As far as
I cried like 3 times, man.
As far as actual substance, this movie has nothing.
Dude, whatever. That scene where the kid's almost about
don't
to
tell me whatever.
I'm squeezing.
Don't describe scenes. Tell us the story beat you love. Tell us what about the plot you're all into.
Okay, so the one scene I'm talking about right now, the first time I cried, so the son who doesn't feel good enough and feels responsible for the death of the older brother in the second movie is at odds with his dad, and his dad has almost blatantly said, "It's your fault, your brother's dead," and so he's going through all this emotional turmoil that I could relate to. And then there's this scene where he's holding a gun to his head, and I'm squeezing my wife or my girlfriend's hand, and I'm like I'm so afraid this kid's gonna kill himself, and then he doesn't at the last second, and then the girl comes and they rebuild the bow. There's a bunch of good scenes.
I don't think there's a wrong way. No, he's dying. I don't think there's a wrong way to enjoy a movie. So for whatever reason, people enjoy movies the way they enjoy them. But I will say this: to Mr. Know-It-All's point, what you've described to me is a scene that could happen in literally any movie, like a brother who feels responsible for the death of his brother and puts a gun to his head. That's not anything that would pull me into the movie, because I could watch anything for that. So my question that I was having for you, though, was I watched Avatar. It seemed to be a good final for it. How are they rebooting this to make it more interesting for me?
Oh, it's following the kids. They're going to follow the kids.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No, you see, you know how because I do want to make sure this is clear for Laura, since you've only seen the first one. So you remember in Avatar, they were trying to get unobtainium because it's the most valuable thing in the world, right?
Right.
Okay. So it's so much better because in Avatar 2 and 3, what they're after is whale hormones. Because
it's the brain fluid.
When you take the brain fluid out of these giant whales and you inject it into a person, it makes them stop aging. So now it's magic brain goo from whales instead of unobtainium. Isn't that awesome?
I'm sold. You got me.
Yeah.
So good.
It deals with so many really good thematic. I'm so shocked.
What themes does it? What themes does it go with?
So Natiri, because of the death of her son, ends up becoming a full-blown racist, and the kid Spider that they took in, because he's human, she hates him and directs all of this hatred and she's just in the first half of the movie, and she has this beautiful redemption arc where she actually saved. It's a good movie.
And to Danny's point, I want to give him some props here, because this is one of the most original things about the movie, because they do that. She becomes a full-on racist, and she comes up with the most original thing to say ever. She starts calling humans pink skins.
Pink skins.
Isn't that original?
That's pretty racist, yeah.
I mean, at least pinkies or something.
No, pink skin has never been used
Trek.
before, by Shran.
Shran, the Andorians would say pink skin, Yeah.
Yes, the
I
same
love
thing.
that meme. I love that meme where you have Shran and he's like, "I don't trust pink skins," and then you have the two,
Mayweather.
Mayweather's looking at him like he's weird and stuff. I love.
He should be
love
like,
it.
I don't either, you know.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, no, totally. Are you kidding? That's all we like. What are you talking about?
So, is the theme of the movie redemption then, like
I think
racism that
redemption in
becomes
a lot of
redemption?
ways.
No. Redemption's a subplot.
Well, no,
What's
not
the
just,
main theme of it?
not just
Humans trying to. It's colonialism at its height, and
Yeah, they did that. They did that in Avatar 1. So what
and
makes
2.
Avatar 3?
And
Okay,
3.
what makes
and
Avatar?
3. Hey, it still works, man. Look,
So
I'm just
in
saying,
Avatar,
if
well-
you go see this movie in IMAX 3D, I promise you, you will have a good time.
Okay.
Okay?
Here's the thing. So in
Just get some
Avatar 1,
popcorn and a soda. Just don't
Wait.
drink a lot of it because it's 3.5 hours long.
Darren
And
says, I
enjoy
always
the
treated
ride.
Dorian saw Mayweather and thought he was dark pink.
Dark pink.
That's awesome.
So wait, here's how you can break it down. Really, is in Avatar, you have about half the movie is about Sully learning about the Na'vi people, and it's about the fact that humans are going to come and ruin Pandora, and so you end up with a big battle of natives versus humans with technology, right? Then in Avatar 2, you take about half the movie about Sully's kids fitting in with a bunch of mermaid people, and then besides that, the humans are going to attack. But now all the humans that died in the first one, well, they didn't. They wanted to bring those actors back, so they said, "Oh, we had backup copies in avatars, so now they're all permanently Na'vi
I really
avatars."
I like Quaritch's arc in this movie.
Hold on, let me finish, please.
Okay, sorry.
And so now in Avatar 2, in Avatar 2, you have humans fighting the innocent natives. Only this time they're in boats instead of airplanes, and the big and so that's how this one's different. Now in Avatar 3. Don't get me wrong, they do change it up. So now you have the evil avatars that work with the humans that find evil Na'vi that like to spit fire at people. And so now the big battle is humans and evil avatar and